Here you are, Kevin.
Thank you.
Of course, let me know if I can get you anything else.
I will, Savannah, thank you. You know, one of my favorite things to do living here in Virginia Beach is to hang out in the Townsend area of Virginia Beach. The biggest reason is it's got a little bit of everything, whether it's dining, entertainment, nightlife. You want to check a show out at the Sandler Center. And I'm going to take you to one of my favorite places within Town Center. So join me here on the 757 as we check out Twist Martini Associates, Town Center, Virginia Beach. For the better part of your business life, you've been in the food, beverage, dining, and bar business and been successful at it.
Since early 90s. It was interesting, Kevin. Prior to this business, I've never waited on a customer. I've never been in the business. I was much like you on the other end of the bar. Roast was actually the first venture, and it holds like 2,000 people. So that was a big challenge at the very beginning. Doing that, we had 6 months later, we bought Fat Daddy's. I had that on 19th Street, and of course you know the fun we had there, and everybody else that may be familiar with that will remember. But Fat Daddy's was just an absolute blast. After Fat Daddy's, we opened Shakespeare's Late, which was an after-hours club. We opened a couple in Virginia Tech University and ran those for quite a few years. I think every place needs to have a personality, and you know, there's so many corporate opportunities. You know, you got corporate restaurants, corporate this, but I think when you build a relationship with the community and they get to know you, and you're in there shaking their hands, and you are sincere about how their experience has been when they come into your place of business. And as you know, our friendship was developed out of you coming into our businesses. And from that, we've carried out beyond that, which I've done with so many other people in the Hampton Roads area. Now, first of all, I'm a customer, and that's what makes you, if you're a critical customer, that will make you a good restaurateur, because it makes you want to do what you would like to do. It makes you want to create a product of which I would like to receive. We have three things that we do here, and we do it very, very well. We have, of course, the restaurant of which we're sitting in now. We have a chef that is just absolutely extremely talented. And what we brought to Virginia Beach that had not been here before is an American cocktail craft bar. What goes behind the cocktail crafting is a very time-consuming, everything is made from fresh.
The craft cocktail, I hate to call it a movement because it's so culturally American. I mean, it's just as American as jazz is. However, when Prohibition happened, all of our great American bartenders literally left the country and they never came back. It started really growing in New York with Dale DeGroff at the Rainbow Room, starting to introduce some of these pre-Prohibition recipes into his cocktail program there. He then later went on to found the United States Bartending Guild and grow the revival, if you want to call it that.
The beer business has just grown immensely with all the different, with the IPAs, all the different things. And I think that this is an evolution now into cocktailing to where the same millennials are used to so many different things available to them, so many different types of beers, so many different, they're more sophisticated in what they consume. And I find that interesting, and I find that you'd be surprised at how young the crowd is that comes in here also to experience, they're getting educated about cocktailing. And I find that very much related to the craft beers. Very similar. So I think we're evolving from that as well. And still for the for the more mature, like us, the more mature, we got the finest of scotches, and we offer tastings for the cigar club members and things such as that. So we're still educating our consumers here in the Hampton Roads area. We're the first of this kind. We were so excited about cocktail crafting and what we were doing in that arena, and we were very excited about it because we were unique. That information got out, and what it did is it left people not to think about us as a restaurant. And we have incredible chefs.
The chef is obviously the center of the kitchen and from where all of the menu ideas flow from. Our chef is a classically trained butcher, Jeff Ullum. He's fantastic. Now, being a classically trained butcher, that means all of my steaks are hand cut on premise. We also dry age steaks, which we use for specials. Just last week we had a 16-ounce American Wagyu that he had been dry aging for 30 days. It's absolutely delicious. He hand cuts all of his fillets. We get scrap, and we actually ground that scrap in making our fillet sliders, which are probably the best-selling appetizer. We serve the full menu in the patio or in the cocktail bar, as well as in the dining room. The dining room really suits itself really for private dining, for groups of anywhere between 15 to 40. And because of that, we rent it out quite often. So there hasn't been necessarily a push towards focusing on dining in the dining room, which is available. You can make reservations any night of the week that it isn't rented out. Even just our regular dining, we do a lot of anniversaries, a lot of birthdays, a lot of celebrations.
Okay, so we've already checked out the cocktail bar at the front of Twist with a great panoramic view looking out over Town Center. We checked out the kitchen and some great food in the dining area, and now we're going to check out the third part of Twist, which is the members only cigar club. And I'm not a member, but I'm going to see if I can get in there anyways, and we can all check it out together.
We do allow cigar culture to exist in our restaurant because upstairs I have a private cigar club. It is members only. Our members are entitled to a great number of benefits, but we do also sell cigars to the general public to be smoked outside on the patio. First and foremost, when we acquired this restaurant from Havana Nights, they already had a cigar club. The room is beautiful, the humidors are there, so it's almost a shame to destroy the room and do something else with it. And there's a separate ventilation. Once you're inside the dining room or inside the cocktail bar, you cannot smell the cigars.
Great place for doing business, networking, the relationships that I've had, including you. You coming in here develops relationships that support your business, and they start to work together now, Kevin, where they're supporting each other's businesses. So the network is really happening out of this restaurant.
It's a great social place. Come out and hang out with guys, like-minded, get to smoke a cigar inside, outside the weather and stuff. The networking here is so fantastic. I mean, I belong to a couple other clubs that actually have dropped their membership because networking up here is just par to none. The food's phenomenal. I mean, and as being a member up here, sometimes you can kind of get them to order stuff off the menu, make it up special. It's kind of cool. It's a benefit of being a member, so it's great. But the food is on the menu, spectacular, 5-star all the way.
There's a lot of opportunity outside of just great food, great craft cocktails, but also the atmosphere, and it's a tremendous business opportunity for networking here. It's great for anybody. We have a lot of young members as well as military members who come in here, so there's a lot of camaraderie, and I think it's a great opportunity for people to come in and be a part of it.
We didn't want to have that starch feeling when you walk in that, everything has to be prim and proper and you have to be a particular way. We wanted this environment to be fun. It's like fun dining, not fine dining, but yet the food represents everything in the world towards fine dining. We've been rated 4.5 stars on Yelp, 4.5 stars on Facebook. So we've done well with what we've done so far, and we're still looking to improve every day. When somebody comes out to your restaurant, a club, no matter what it may be, they're trying to grab that 2 hours. I try to share with my staff that this is their holiday, this is their vacation. They work their tails off nowadays. You got, wife and husbands having to work. The obligations of that are so difficult, and and it's been tough with the economy's been the last several years. You can't afford the vacations that you used to be able to afford. So what we're really doing is for that 2 to 3 hours that you come in here, we want you to have that escape. You want to have the fine dining experience. You want to enjoy a craft cocktail. You want to enjoy the finer things in life, and you want to be able to do it to where you feel the environment is friendly, and they understand, and we understand your needs and what you're looking for.
Almost all aspects of our life, we celebrate in and around food. And so there's a responsibility that we have when a customer comes in here. We don't know what happened to them earlier in the day. We don't know if they're having the best day of their life and celebrating a promotion, or the worst day of their life or celebrating a breakup. And you don't know that this first date might lead to a marriage and 3 kids in 20 years. And we're a part of that responsibility is placed on us. I do think it's a very, very serious responsibility in creating and crafting an environment that lends itself to adding value to someone's life.
We've had a great time here at Twist Martini and Associates in Town Center, Virginia Beach. I was kind of thinking I should probably end this segment the way I started this segment, which was with a great cocktail. Thank you very much, Shira. So next time you want to try something a little different, whether it's some fine dining, some great cocktails, or maybe a fine cigar up in the cigar club, I know you'll have a great time here at Twist Martini Associates in Town Center, Virginia Beach. Cheers.